Okay, guys, I'm going to get started now. Thank you, first of all, for joining me. I'm so excited to have you here. My name is ZMAHOON, and if you want to find out more about me, you can visit my channel, and you can go to my website, which is ZMAHOON.com. I'm not going to tell you how great I am. I'm just going to jump right into the presentation for today. So let's get going. Difficult people, dealing with difficult people. Through the lens of law of attraction, I want to share with you today how that works. Because if you're attracting difficult people into your life, and if law of attraction works, then that means that you are putting forward the vibration that is making people come to you and behave in the way that they're behaving. That doesn't make you good or bad. It doesn't make them good or bad. It doesn't make you right or wrong. It doesn't make them right or wrong. What it all means is that there's a vibration that we've got going on. You do, and so do these other people. And if we want to change someone's behavior towards us, the first thing that we need to do is change ourselves. We all understand that that's what law of attraction really means. Law of attraction means if you want to change something, change your vibration, and then the thing that you want to change will change. Okay? So I like to explain things using diagrams. And so what I want to do before I go into the diagrams is I just want to spend a few minutes talking about how things happen in the law of attraction universe. And the one thing that is most important is to understand that if you are in a low place emotionally, if you're not feeling good, then everything in your life is coming from that vibration, including the relationships that you have, including work, including money, including self-worth, including your health. Everything comes from what you're vibrating, and our vibration comes from our emotion, and our emotion comes from thought. So if I was going to write this out, so I'm going to go to my board now because I love my board. So what I want to show you is it's the thought. Everything starts with thought. Thought leads to emotion. Emotion leads to vibration. And vibration results in an event or manifestation. Now what happens is when you have the manifestation, the cycle starts all over again. The manifestation then creates a thought, and that thought creates an emotion, and the emotion generates a vibration which results in another manifestation. So if we are having a manifestation here at the bottom that we don't like, so our manifestation is over here, then if we want to change the next manifestation that happens, we need to start here. Change the thought and the manifestation will change. That is the key. That's what I want all of you to understand. So when we have difficult people in our life, what is happening is that's a manifestation. It's a manifestation that is telling us that we need to change something over here so that if we change this, then this will change. And if this changes, then this will change. And the next time we'll have a different manifestation, not the same manifestation. So that is basically primarily the key. And the big question is, how do you do that with respect to important relationships? Maybe it's your relationship with your parents. Maybe it's your relationship with a spouse or a partner. Maybe it's your relationship with someone at work. Maybe you have employees. Maybe you have a boss. Maybe you have a neighbor. And how do we deal with those situations, and how do we change them so that the next thing that happens is a better event. That's what this whole webinar is all about. And so the one thing that I want to show you is that, or explain to you, is that people are meeting you on the vibration that you're on, because everything in the universe, everything in the whole universe responds to where you are on the emotional scale. And it's easy to say that, oh, I have this difficult person in my life, but what is really happening is, because of that vibration that you're generating, everything in your life is affected, not just your relationship. It goes from what Abraham says when they say, everything, if you have a pile of sticks in front of you and all the subjects in your life are represented by the sticks in the pile, then you could have a stick that is working really well. So you have this subject in your life that is going really well, and then you have other subjects that are not going well. If you focus on this subject that is not going well, then it's going to affect all the other subjects in the pile. So everything goes downhill. But if you shift your attention and you start and you pick up a stick of something that is going well in your life, and you focus only on that, then everything in your life changes for the better. So the easiest way to change how someone is responding to you, you know how they say, don't respond back? Well, really, that's what it means. It means if somebody is responding negatively to you, do not respond to them in the same way. Because if you control your response to them, then their next response to you will be better. And the way to do that is basically, I like to use a framework that I call the framework of the 6 thinking choices. So if you're over here, hopefully that doesn't look exactly like you, but if you're over here, you have a choice in the present moment. In your now, you have the choice. You can think, oh my God, there that person goes again. That's horrible. They always behave that way towards me. So that would be going now negative. Or you can choose to ignore them and say, okay, I don't like what you are doing just now, or what you're saying, or the way you're behaving, but instead of looking at you, I'm going to find a tree to look at and look at that tree. I really love that tree. I love how it looks. I love the leaves. So what's happening is, in your now, you are going positive, not on the subject of that person, but you're going positive. And because you're generating a positive vibration, that person's response to you will change, because that is law. Law of attraction says whatever vibration you send out into the universe will match it with people, places, things, and events. Exactly. So if we change our vibration in the now and we refuse to respond to that person the way they are treating us, we can create a shift even in the now moment. A lot of times we are not able to create a shift in the now moment because we have history with the person. If you have history with the person, then soon as you step into the now moment, you bring all of that history into that now moment with you. And if you bring all of that history with you, then you can't really go positive, because now you're going now negative, or past negative. You're going past negative because you're bringing all the history into it. So you do have a choice. You can bring negative history into your now moment. So even this past negative, you are pulling it into your now moment and having a now reaction to the past. And you could choose to go past positive instead. And the trick is you don't need to go past positive about the person. You can go past positive about a subject that is completely unrelated to that person, and you would still receive the benefit of your next manifestation changing and being a better manifestation for you. That, my dear friends, is the key. So, if you want to change someone else's behavior towards you, stop thinking about them. Just stop thinking about them. Even if you live with them, it is possible for you to start not ignoring them, but ignoring their behavior. And not responding to their behavior, but instead you pick which way you're going to respond. Because if you can create a tiny little shift in the way you respond to them, then the next time they will not be able to behave the same way with you. Now, we also have a choice to go future positive. We can say things like, oh, things will change. Maybe they're having a bad day. So basically, you're creating excuses for them. But when you create an excuse for someone else, you're actually making yourself feel better. Now, the trick is, and this is really, really important, whatever excuses you create will soothe you, will make you feel better. And when you feel better, you will go up the emotional scale and your next result will be better. However, it has to be 100% believable. If that excuse that you create about that specific person is not believable to you, then you're not going to get the elevation on or the vibrational shift going up the emotional scale. So you have the choice of going future positive about the person or about anything else. And I'll tell you something from my own experience, it is so much easier to go positive about something else than it is in the moment to go positive about the person that you have a problem with. If someone's making you angry, it's really difficult to find a positive feeling thought about them. But if you're angry because of somebody, you can still find a thought that feels good about your puppy or about your cat or about the tree in your backyard. And that's what it's all about. So we have a choice. We can go future positive about the person if we can find that place, or we can go future positive about anything else. And we also have the the option to go future negative. So this is what I call the paradigm of the 6 thinking choices. In any moment in time, we can pick which way we want to think our thoughts. And the trick is that if you're not able to go positive about the person or the situation that you're in, you can still go positive about something in your life. And that is the key. It's about finding something to go positive about, not that person. But that person will change. And I'll explain to you why that person will change. Because here's what's happening. When you're angry with someone, or if somebody's irritated you or upset you in any manner, your vibration, see the first chart that I showed you, how thought becomes emotion, becomes vibration. So when you have the thought, I don't like you just now, I'm angry with you, then that thought generates an emotion. And when you have a thought like that, the emotion that it generates is the emotion of maybe anger or hate or jealousy or blame. All of those are negative. And then that emotion generates the vibration that goes out. And that vibration is going out from every little cell of your body. Every tiny little cell is responding to your emotion. And that's what we call our vibe. We are vibing all the time. We are vibrating all the time. So that vibe, when it goes out into the universe, it becomes a magnet. And it attracts to us the manifestation that we get. Now that vibration could be caused by a person who is important to you, or it might be caused by someone who is not important to you. And that's why, Abraham says, If somebody calls you and says, hello, I'll never call you again, you don't feel hurt. You let it go. But when somebody that you love calls you and says, I'll never call you again, that has an impact on you, right? And you're allowing it to have an impact. Now, if you're human, which you are, and so am I, the impact happens, but it's how we respond when the impact happens that changes what will happen next. So what I want to say basically, before I go to the next diagram, is when we send a vibration out into the universe, not only is that vibration acting like a magnet, bringing us the next manifestation that will take place, the other person, the person that we are upset with, they have these little antennas just like we do, and their antenna catches the vibration that we are sending out. And when they capture that vibration, if they link it to themselves, so they have a choice too, because they also have 6 thinking choices. They can link that vibration to themselves, meaning they can say, yeah, you're hurting me, and then they can close up. Or they can say, I don't care what you think. And that's the difference between being a duck and being a sponge. A duck, when you throw something at the duck, it just falls off its feathers. But if someone is a sponge, they absorb all of that, right? So those are also emotional responses, and every emotional response creates a vibration. All we have to do is make sure that the vibration we are sending out to this person gives them the right information about the way we are feeling. And when I mean the right information about the way we are feeling, when somebody hurts us, what we really want them to feel is that we care about them and we are hurt by what they're doing, right? That's what we want them to feel. But if we vibrate negatively, then that person is going to not get our love. They are going to feel our anger or our resentment or that negative energy that we are sending towards them. Their antenna is going to pick it up, and if they use the 6 thinking choices in a negative way, then they're going to respond to us with more stuff that we don't like. So the way to change somebody's behavior towards us is by making sure that we control the vibration that we are sending out to them and to the universe. Because not only is their behavior affected, but everything that the universe brings to us is affected by the vibration that we send out. And that is the key. Each cell of our body is like a transmitting and receiving tower. It is transmitting and it is receiving vibration. And how we think in response to a vibration that we receive is what determines what will happen next. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm just looking at my chat box to see if there are any questions coming in. So anybody have a question? Type it in and I'll see if I can respond to it. Okay, fantastic. Right, just looking here. Okay. I don't see any questions coming through, so I'm just going to keep going. Okay. So here's the thing. Let's take an example. Let's say that you live with someone and they always irritate you. There's something going on, and it happens a lot in relationships. It happens a lot that we get into this habit of seeing someone in a certain way. So even before we see them, we've already incorporated an expectation about them. We expect them to be a certain way. We've put them in a box that says, and we put a label on this. So here's the box, we put them in this box and we put the label ornery, or we've put the label angry or irritable on that box. And now whenever we think about that person, we activate that label. That's the problem. As soon as we activate that label, our vibration changes. It's not the other person who's being affected, we are being affected. Soon as we think about that person, we activate that characteristic that we've associated with them. And now, even if that person is not in the room, maybe they're not in the house, maybe they're in a different country, but we've activated a vibration about them. Two things are happening in response. One, our manifestation about everything else is being affected, because that's a negative vibration we're sending out into the universe. So the universe will respond with all aspects of our life on that vibration. But the other thing that's happening is that vibration is actually being transmitted to that person through the atmosphere, through the air, through the ethers. It is going to that person. And that person's little antennas are going to pick up on it. And even as we think about them, they are going to think about us. They are going to think about us, and because of the vibration they are receiving, they will either have a negative or a positive reception. So if you're sending someone love, they are going to think about you and feel happy. It's going to bring them a smile on their face. And if you're sending out a vibration of anger and wait till I see you next time, I'll get back at you, then they're catching that as well, and they're responding to that vibration as well. And now they're sending back a vibration to you that says, ha, you wait and I'll show you, right? And now that vibration is coming back to you. So it's almost like a boomerang. You send it and it comes right back to you. And that's how relationships either get better or get worse. So if you want to improve a relationship, and not only improve a relationship, but you understand that your negative vibration about this person is affecting the prosperity that you attract, it's affecting your health. Because remember, I said every cell in your body is sending out a signal. Well, when the cells in our bodies send a signal out, it creates a chemical reaction inside the body, inside the cell. So it's either going to hurt the cells of your body or it's going to help the cells in your body. If you send out the vibration of love, that's healing to your own physical body. It's rejuvenating to your body and the cells of your body. But if you keep blaming someone, then you keep sending that negative vibration. Not only is that relationship affected, all other aspects of your life are affected, but more than anything else, the cells in your body are affected. That's why jealousy is considered such a bad thing. It's not because of what you think about someone else, but because how it hurts you. It literally hurts you because it creates chemical reactions in your body that are not helpful to you. So the thing that happens is when the cells of your body start generating this negative vibration, now the communication between the cells is hampered. And when the communication between the cells of our body is hampered, now the healing capability of our physical body is also hampered. And that is what creates disease. A lot of diseases are created because we've been generating a habit of generating negative vibration about someone or something in our life that we feel we have no control over. But we do have control, because the 6 thinking choices are choices. We can choose which way we want to behave. And as we make that choice, it determines the next outcome in our life with respect to everything. And the reason you want to heal all your relationships is because that actually has a direct impact on you. And the one thing that gets impacted most of all is your own health. And the second thing that gets impacted right away is your abundance. And of course, the relationship is impacted anyway. So, what should you do? Well, here's what I recommend. And I not only recommend it, guys, I have fixed very broken relationships using this technique. And it's so easy. It is so easy. It is so easy that when I show you it, you're going to wonder why you haven't been doing this before. And all it is close your eyes and breathe. Breathing is really, really important. So just close your eyes and breathe really deep all the way down into the pit of your tummy, into your diaphragm, all the way down. Couple of times, 2-3 times is good. A few more times is even better. Just a few times. And what that does is it provides oxygenation to your whole body. And oxygenation is one of the things that is hampered when you send out a negative vibration. Because remember, the communication between cells is hampered. So your blood, which is what is carrying oxygen from your lungs into all your organs and the tips of your fingers, that process becomes hampered because it's the cells that are carrying that oxygen from your lungs. They need to communicate with the other cells in your body in order to transfer that oxygen. So that oxygenation process is affected, right? So when we generate the vibration of love, that is a healthy vibration, and it enables communication between the cells of our body. It not only heals the relationship, it also heals us, not only physically, but also emotionally and mentally. So here's what you do. Breathe. Close your eyes. And you find a time in this relationship when the relationship was actually working well. If it's your partner, your spouse, your lover, you go back to that time when you went on your first date with them, or maybe it was your 10th date, but you felt that connection. You looked into their eyes and you knew this person was the person. Bring that moment back and live the vibration of that moment. Go back and think about how that felt. If this was a loving relationship, do you remember how your whole body felt? You just wanted them to grab you, or you just wanted to grab them. Feel that vibration, because that vibration is a healing vibration. Not only does it heal the relationship, it heals the cells of your body. Everything in your life is going to change as a result of that. Even if, and this is the important thing, even if this is a relationship that you don't want to continue, that doesn't mean that you don't want to heal it, because the healing part of that relationship is what is going to stay with you. So you want to heal it, even if you're going to leave it, right? Not so much because you want to benefit the other person, but you certainly want to benefit yourself, don't you? You want to heal yourself. You want the prosperity that you want to come to you. You want the health. You want the money, and you want the next relationship. And that's really important, isn't it? The next relationship. What comes into your life next is going to depend on where you're leaving things off. The thing to remember is that negative vibration festers. Just because you're not saying with your words something negative about this person, maybe you think you're not even thinking about them on a day-to-day basis, but you've left the vibration of them where it was. that vibration keeps vibrating, because a thought, once it is thought, is energy, and energy only changes form, it never goes away. So there's this thing called momentum that Abraham keeps harping about and keeps telling us about. And momentum is really, really important. So I'm going to go back to the board because I want to demonstrate something to you using a diagram. So this is the emotional scale. It's easier, so much easier, to just do a 1 to 10 scale with 5 in the middle, which I call worry. So if you think a thought over here, maybe this relationship is not going well and you're angry or upset or whatever, and you're vibrating over here, if you do nothing to change this vibration, it's just going to keep vibrating. And whenever that person's name comes up, whenever you think about them, you add what we call, or Abraham calls, momentum. So this wave becomes a stronger magnet. So remember that this vibration is a magnet. The more energy, the more charge you give it, the stronger is the pulling power of it. And not only is it pulling your next relationship out of this field of all possibilities. So everything is possible, and all these little dots are possibilities that can manifest. You're not going to be able to manifest the thing that's up here, even though this is what you want. This is the relationship you want. But you want to get out of this relationship that you already have, and you feel this way about this person. If you leave that vibration there, it's just going to keep becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. So now when you attract your next relationship, if you are over here, then you are attracting the next relationship from this place. So what you want to do is, the reason you want to heal your vibration, maybe you want to fix the existing relationship, and this will work for that too. But if you want to create a better relationship in the future, then what you need to do is, first, before you start looking for another relationship, first do the work that you need to do to go up. And you don't need to go all the way up here, although that would be fantastic if you could. But as long as you're somewhere over here in this vicinity, now the next relationship, and you start generating a vibration here, and you just give this more power, then the next relationship you're going to attract is going to be at this level. It's going to be way more satisfying. It's going to be a much better relationship that gives you more of what you want from a relationship. And not only that, everything else in your life is also going to come to you from here. The money that you want, the health, the job, the business, everything is going to come to you from this vibration. The interesting thing, which I was explaining to you earlier as well, Crystal, I'll get back to you in a minute, is that you don't actually have to think about relationships in order to create that attractive power. Let's say that I am someone who loves going hiking. So if I go hiking every weekend, and while I'm hiking, I appreciate how much I love hiking, and I appreciate the trees and whatever, and I spend enough time in that vibration, I am going to generate a stronger and stronger vibe here. So this magnet will become better and better. And if I keep doing that appreciation work, then slowly I will raise myself from this level to the next level up the scale here. And now I'll be generating my vibration at this level, so more good things come to me, right? So this is how the emotional scale works, and the strength of the signal or the charge is what momentum is. Momentum is the strength of the vibration that we're sending out. The stronger the vibration, the more momentum it has. That's how simple it is. So I'm just going to go and look at this question. So Sue said, a friend cut me off and I sent her love and she came back with more anger. You see, sweetheart, the thing is, if you send love out, you have to do it without asking for something in return. If you ask for something in return, then you are creating attachment, and attachment is a negative vibration. And when you generate attachment, it's going to bring you back negative. The other really important thing that I want to clarify for you is that every subject, as Abraham says, every subject is really two subjects. The having of it, I'll turn it this way, the having of it and the not having of it. See, here I have this beautiful little silver elephant. Here I don't. So having and not having. Love has two sides as well. Love can be the pain of not having the love or the joy of having the love. So you think you're sending love, but are you sending love with the joy of having or the pain of not having? Because this vibration of love is very different from this vibration of love. This is what goes wrong with people who say, Zara, and when I'm coaching people, a lot of people will say, Zara, I'm in love with this one person, and for the life of me, I'm not able to attract him or her back into my life. And the reason is because you are sending them love, but you're sending them love from here. And if you send them love from here, this kind of love is venomous. It's like venom. It's not the sweetener. The sweetener is over here. So attachment is that thing that says, I want you, come back to me. Then that is actually going from here rather than here, and it brings you the opposite of what you want. And that is why attachment, you really need to understand this whole concept of attachment. It's trusting the universe to know that if you have asked for something, then just give it up and stop asking for it again and again. And remember to do a check, to ask yourself, which side am I sending my love from? You see, here's the thing. I remember this very clearly. My daughter was going away for university. She was going from Canada to the US, and all my friends were saying, oh, you're going to miss her so much. You and your daughter, you're so close together. You're going to miss her so much. And missing someone is noticing their absence, which is over here. And I would say to my friends, I'm not going to miss her because she's going to text me all day, every day. And every night I'm at dinner time, I'm going to Skype her and she's going to have dinner with me. How? I'm not going to have to miss her. She'll be right there. But people didn't understand that. And I really was not feeling a lack of my daughter in my life. Right? But people expected me to feel love from here. And this is what society teaches us. Society teaches us that if we care about someone, then we should worry about them. But that's not what true love is, because imagine if you love someone and you keep sending them worry and they keep picking up that vibration of worry from you, they're not going to react well to you. That's why when parents worry about children don't want to talk to their parents. They don't want to tell parents what's going on in their lives. Because worry is a negative vibration. You do not respond positively to a negative vibration. So I hope that answers your question. And then I'm going to just keep going on because there's a couple of questions here. So before I go forward, I'm going to finish off these questions. So some people just live at a certain point on the emotional scale and want to drag us down there. Not consciously. I don't think that anyone wants to drag anyone down consciously, but there are some people, like I used to think that somebody is just, that's a negative person. what that meant was if I talk to them, their negativity is going to rub off on me. And there was a period very early in my law of attraction life where I wanted to stay away from negative people because I thought that they were going to drag me down. But that's not the case. Nobody can drag me down unless I let them. And that has to do with the 6 thinking choices. Because even if someone else is having a bad day, I don't need to join them. If somebody is angry at me, I don't have to respond with anger. I taught my children this, so I'm just going to tell you a little story. So when my son was 3 years old, maybe 2 or 3 years old, he was very little. And I was already on this law of attraction journey. And one of the things that I have overcome in my past, which was a problem for me, is anger. I had a lot of anger. Now I don't have an angry bone in my body. But when I used to get angry, my children used to get really upset. They would cower like that. They were scared of mom when mom was angry. Okay? And I noticed that. And I wanted to help them to understand that they didn't have to cower like that and feel scared, because if mom is angry, that's mom's problem. It's not their problem. Mom has to learn to control her emotions, and it's really nothing to do with her children. So I taught my son, I said, if I get angry, that has nothing to do with you. It's me. I'm the problem. When I'm angry, I'm the problem. You are not the problem when I'm angry. You're fine. Mommy needs to know how to manage her emotions. So ignore me when I'm angry. Don't pay attention to me when I'm angry. And I remember clear as day, and it makes me smile and laugh and feel so much love for him. Every time I go there and think about this incident, I have no idea what happened. Something happened and I blew up. Like I exploded all over him. And he was so tiny that I can remember he was tiny, tiny, tiny. And he looked up at me and he was crying. There were tears streaming down his face. And he looked up at me and he said, if you're angry, it's about you. It's not about me. And soon as he said that, I broke up into laughter. And I thought, congratulations, Zara, you did a good job. And I just swept him up and hugged him and I said, you are so right. When I'm angry, it is about me. It's not about you. And from that day forward, I changed everything for both my children, because from that day onwards, every time I blew up, they laughed. Instead of cowering, their response to me changed because of so many things, because they could see that I was not just doing lip service, I was walking the talk. They could also see that I got a better handle on my anger. And nobody takes me seriously anymore, which is fantastic, which is exactly what I want, because I don't want my negative vibration to affect the people that I love. I think it's fantastic that when I'm upset, my children have a good laugh at me, because when they have that kind of an emotional reaction to me, it makes me laugh and I forget about that thing that made me upset. So it's fantastic. Okay? So people go up and down the emotional scale all the time, Sue. Nobody stays consistently over here. It's just not possible, because life is happening around us. And when life is happening around us, we are going up and down the emotional scale all the time. So every day when we listen to the news, we do this, and then we need to know what to do to go back up. That's the trick. And the 6 thinking choices, if you ask yourself in the moment, this way that I'm thinking just now, is it negative or positive? Am I going now negative or now positive? Am I going future negative or future positive? Am I going past negative or past positive? When you ask yourself that question, you will know the answer, and then you'll be able to shift the way you respond to what's happening in the world around you. And when you do that, your life will change. And that is amazing. All right, so next question, Crystal. What if it's not a personal relationship, like a coworker or friend or friends who is difficult? So the thing is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who they are. What matters is, where are you on the emotional scale? Because, Crystal, the whole world will respond to you based on where you are emotionally. If somebody is irritable, okay, if you have a problem with a coworker and they're always like that towards you, what that means is they are reflecting. Did I dry this out? Yeah, I guess I did. They are just simply reflecting to you where you are on the emotional scale, because that's how vibration works. If I am vibrating over here, a manifestation will happen, and that manifestation can be someone being rude to me or difficult towards me. That is a manifestation. That behavior of that person is a manifestation that is telling me that I'm sending a vibration out from here, and that is an indication that I need to do something to change my vibration and take it upwards. And if I ignore that indication, if I ignore that information that the universe has sent me, then I will keep vibrating here. And not only will I be vibrating here, I'll go even lower. I'll end up going plummeting down the emotional scale, because I will not have used the information, the vibrational, emotional information that the universe has sent me. I will have ignored that clue or that indicator, and because I will have ignored that indicator, then I will not be able to make progress. And then they'll always respond to me that way. You see, people are responding to our vibration. And in order to get a different result for them, we need to vibrate differently. So sure, you don't have a frame of reference for them, because, were they always like that towards you? No, that's not, they're most likely not like that to you always. But the thing is, I gave you two strategies. The first strategy is to send that person love. But the second strategy was, take your mind off the person onto something else, a tree, a bird, a bee, a flower, something that is not related to them or to your life at all. Because when you do that, you stop sending out the negative signal into the universe, and you are now sending a positive signal into the universe, which will bring you positive results. It has nothing to do with the person in front of you. All of it has to do with you and your vibration. And that is the key. If something is happening around you, if people are misbehaving with you, it's you who needs to change. So there are two ways that you can change. One, by feeling love for the person, or for feeling love for anything else. Doesn't matter what the subject is, because the universe is not... Okay, guys, write this down. Write this down. This is the most important takeaway from this webinar. The universe is not responding to the subject that you're thinking about. The universe is responding to your vibration. I could be thinking about the yummy omelette I had for breakfast this morning, and I would go up the emotional scale. Then the universe would open the field of all possibilities for me from that place on the emotional scale. Remember this, it is not about the subject, it is about the vibration. And that is why it's so powerful that if some subject is a problem in your life, whether it's a relationship or whether it's money or anything else, get off the subject, because you don't want that vibration to keep going out into the universe. You want to cut it off. Okay? You want to put a tourniquet on it and stop the bleeding. You don't want that bleeding vibration to continue, because that's going to bring you more negative results. So you got to cut it off. Stop. It's that analogy that Abraham always uses. And by the way, I love Abraham Hicks. Where you put your hand on the stove and now your hand is burning, but you're not taking it off. And that's what it means to to keep looking at a subject that's hurting you. Maybe it's a coworker. Maybe it's your neighbor who always parks on your driveway. I don't know. You got to take your mind off that subject and shift it to something else that feels better, because when you think about things that feel better, you generate a better vibration, and generating a better vibration changes your whole life. It has an impact on your whole life. That's why I was talking about the sticks on the ground. If you have a pile of sticks in front of you and you keep picking up the stick that is filthy, not working vibrationally, then you're just going to activate it even more. The way to deactivate its impact is to stop thinking about it. Okay. Oh, thank you, Crystal. I'm glad you got your answer. Fantastic. All right, so how are we doing with time? Okay, so my time commitment is almost coming to an end, and I just want to summarize that the most important thing is that we want our lives to go well. And that means we want our relationships to be amazing. We want to enjoy our physical bodies. We want tons of money flowing into our lives. We want to feel worthy. We want to feel our own value. We want everything. And that happens by generating a positive vibration. Vibration is the important thing. The subject is not important. Like I said, I could pick up my pet rock and just go gaga over this pet rock, and I would be generating positive vibes. It doesn't have to be an important subject. It can be my dog. It can be my cat. It can be something pretty that I saw. It could be a kind gesture that someone did for me. Anything that rings your bell helps you to generate a positive vibration, and that is the only important thing. It's not about the subject. It's not about the person. It's about your vibration. You need to be someone who is firmly controlling the rudder in the boat that you're riding, because most of the time our thoughts are on autopilot and we just let go the rudder, and now the boat is going anywhere it wants to go. That's how we are living our life. And I'm here to tell you that's not the max potential of your life. The max potential of your life is by taking hold of that rudder, by you deciding where you're going to take that boat. That's how you explore the lake. That's how you visit every cottage on that lake. That's how you really, really have fun. You have to have control, and you have control because you control how you think. And how you think, going back to the very first diagram that I shared with you, how you think is what creates the emotion, and the emotion creates the vibration, and the vibration is the magnet that brings the result. Okay, folks, if there are no other questions, then I am going to close this webinar for today. Questions are most welcome. Even if you post a question later on, I find a lot of times questions will come to me later. You're most welcome to share your questions with me on YouTube under this webinar, or in my Facebook group, the Unlimited Life Law of Attraction group. And what I really want to invite you to do, if you want to become someone who knows how to control your vibration, what I want you to do, really, I recommend that you do, is to join the 40-day Law of Attraction workout. I have a separate Facebook group where I provide support for this 40-day Law of Attraction workout. You can grab this workbook. It's available in audio format on Audible. It is available in the Kindle format. It is available in print form, all on Amazon, and I will post the link under this video. Go grab the book and join me in the Unlimited Law of Attraction coaching and support group, where I will take you through the 40-day workout and help you to maximize your potential in life. So folks, that's all I've got for you today. I hope to see you in one of my groups. So the Unlimited Life group is my public group. It's open to everyone. It's a closed group. So comments, etc. cannot be shared outside. It's not a public group, but it is open to everyone. The Unlimited Law of Attraction Coaching and Support group is a closed group as well, but it is only for those people who have a copy of this book and are doing the 40-day workout. We do a cycle of the 40-day workout, and then we take a gap for a couple of days, and we come back and we start another 40-day cycle. Tomorrow is the first day of our next cycle, and I know I have a lot of people joining me for that cycle, but if any one of you would like to join, you would be most welcome. Also, I'm starting on October the 12th, I'm starting not a reading of the book Ask and It Is Given, which is right here behind me. I am starting an interpretation of the book Ask and It Is Given by Abraham Hicks, and this is going to be 45 continuous videos for each of the chapters. There are 45 chapters in the book. So I will be posting my interpretation, my summary, and my comments and my diagrams to make it easy for everyone to understand how this book can impact your life. And that 45-day cycle is going to be inside the Unlimited Life group, and it is free to join. So come and join us and have some fun, and let's co-create a better future for all of us together. That's it, folks. If you have questions, like I said, you can post your questions below. Thank you for joining me today. I love you all, and thank you for this opportunity for me to be a teacher. Bye for now.